Good morning, everyone who's out there. If you are with me this morning, type in a little comment, give me a little shout out so that I can know that you are here. And I want to connect with you as much as possible. So I'd love to hear from you. I hope you're ready to do a little movement here, connecting your mind with our bodies and with our breath. That's what yoga is all about. And that's what I'm here to help you do today in whatever form works for you. So, in this all levels yoga class, I do offer quite a few options for you. I give you different variations based upon what level that you are currently at, right? If you're just beginning, if you've just been practicing with me for these last few weeks, awesome. I love it that you're here. And if there's anything that you ever have a question on, if you need a little bit more help with, just send me a little comment, reach out to me. Hi, Stacy, how are you doing? And I would love to give you a little bit more information on that. Okay, so thanks so much for being here, and let's get to it. What do you say? Okay, we're going to start standing today. So find a spot at the top of your mat. Just kind of settle in here. I want you to really think about standing tall. Think of that best posture. I want your palms facing forward. I want you rolling your shoulders back and down. Hug your shoulder blades in together. And then think about your legs. I'm going to start from the ground up. So think about actually your feet and what's happening with your feet. I really like for you to press down into all four corners of your feet and then slightly lift up through the arches of your feet. That lifting up process will activate all the muscles in your legs. That's what I want here, okay? So the muscles of your legs are activated. You're tucking your tailbone in slightly. You're drawing your navel to your spine, so our core is strong. Our core is all the way from our pelvis up to our rib cage, and then where the ribs wrap around the back. That's our entire core. All of that is engaged, okay? Once again, shoulders back. Hug your shoulder blades together. We're lengthening through the back of our neck here. We're reaching up through the crown of our head. Pretend that you have a string at the top of your head that's pulling you straight up. That's how straight I want you to be. So our spine is aligned. We're straight with our head. We've got this best posture here. Now we're just finding our breath, easing into it. And we begin that belly breathing. Now we've done this exercise a few times here if you're new with me. So as you inhale, you allow the belly to expand. And then as you exhale, you draw the navel back to the spine. We spend a lot of our days, especially in this stressful environment, breathing up into our chest cavity. And that's what I want us to avoid, especially during this next hour. Breathing into the belly and then bringing it up and building energy by bringing that breath up through the ribs and then maybe even all the way up to the chest. You don't have to breathe all the way up into the chest. Start with the belly and then gradually work it up. But I want you to start breathing into your belly right now. Just establish that deep belly breathing. We're just breathing in and out of our nose the best you can. If you've got congestion, you can also part the lips. If you need a little bit of air to come in and out of your mouth, that's okay too. Just begin to notice what's happening with your mindset today. Are you in a more positive or negative mindset? No judgments there, just noticing. Where are your energy levels? Do you have a little bit higher energy levels? Are you a little bit sluggish? Maybe you had a difficult night of sleep. Once again, no judgments, just noticing. And then just begin to slow your breath down a little bit. Deepen it. As you inhale, blow that belly up like a balloon. And then as you exhale, release that breath all the way, like you're deflating that balloon all the way down to the bottom. And as you inhale again, fill it back up. And then as you exhale, completely empty it out. Perfect. We're coming to our practice here, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally. So do what you can to clear your mind. Everything that's going on in it, I know it's tough right now to do that. I'm asking a lot for you to clear your mind, but I think you can do it. So I want you to just let it all go. Let all the worries and concerns go. Picture them floating out the door, whatever door is to the area where you're practicing, and then shut that door and leave them outside the door. You can open it later, but right now, your focus is right here and right now and nothing else for this next hour. You're thinking about an intention for your practice today, and maybe you have something in mind, a goal in particular that you came to your practice with. Maybe not. And if you don't have anything in mind, I would offer you this. Maybe it's just approaching your practice with an expansive mind, accepting it for what it is with no judgments, and just allowing it to happen and being okay with whatever happens within this next hour. Laugh at yourself if you need to, and then let it go. So let's set that intention with the breath. As we inhale, let's float our arms out to the sides and reach them up towards the sky. And then as we exhale, send them out into the world, and then gently and slowly lower your arms back down along your sides. Excellent. From here, I'd like you to take your right ear over towards your right shoulder, stretching out the left side of your neck. And then that left shoulder becomes heavy here as it reaches down towards your mat or whatever surface you're on. That lengthening from your shoulder through your neck, through those connective tissues to your skull. Breathe into any areas of resistance that you're finding there. Allow them to open. And then we'll bring our head back up to the center. Take that to the opposite side. Left ear to left shoulder. Dropping the right shoulder down. Noticing any knots, any rigidity there. Sending your breath to soften in any areas. Allow them to unwind as much as they will allow them to. Sometimes it's just not happening. I know we carry a lot of stress in between our neck and shoulders. I know I do. And then bring your head back up to the center. Reach your chin forward. As you exhale, drop your chin to the chest for a moment. And then reach your chin up. Allow your head to get back, but be gentle here. Soften through your shoulders and your upper back. Let stretch from your chin all the way down to your collarbone. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, raise the chin up and lean the head back. And then exhale, chin to chest. And gently begin to wave your chin from side to side. So you're angling your chin over by each shoulder here, like you're tracing a half circle. Take this out of piece that feels good to you. And then open this up from a half circle to a full circle all the way around. Exhaling as you bring your chin back down towards your chest, and inhaling as you bring your head up and the chin rises. Be gentle with this, especially if you've got issues in your traps, in your upper back and shoulders, or with your neck. One more time in that direction. And then we'll switch that direction. One more time. Excellent. Bring it back to the center. Let's unwind our shoulders. Let's roll our shoulders forward. What do you think about bunching the shoulders up by the ears and down? The elbows can be bent, like you're tracing circles with those elbows. Be purposeful in those movements. And then let's take it back. Roll the shoulders up and then bring them back. Allow the shoulders to open up. Draw your shoulder blades together. Breathe out. Beautiful. From here, bring your arms along your sides. Let's take a deep inhale and float our arms out and up overhead. Reach up and look up. Take a hold of the left wrist with your right hand. Reach up and over. Get a nice bend over to the right as you extend to the left side of your body. You're really pressing into the left foot. You lengthen from the foot to the knee to the hip, all the way to your underarm and that outstretched left hand. Beautiful. Inhale through to the center. Release. Take over the right wrist with the left hand. Reach up and over. That right foot. Grounding down. And then we'll inhale back through to the center. And then we'll exhale, float our hands down. Bring your hands behind on your lower back. We'll take a little back bend here. Draw the elbows back. Lift up through your heart. Really feel that nice stretch. Lean back with your head a little bit. If that doesn't feel good, don't do it. You can always draw your chin in, like you're getting your chin back towards the back of your skull. Open up your shoulders. Beautiful. And then release the hands down. This time, let's interlace the hands behind your buttocks here. Draw the palms together, reach the arms down, and then reach them back. Once again, lift up through the center of your heart. Press your pelvis forward a little bit. Still getting a little bit of a back bend here, but it's concentrating a little bit more across the chest and shoulders. And then from here, let's exhale into a forward fold. Hinge at your hips. And just lower that torso over those legs, bend the knees as much as you need to. Reach the arms forward as much as you can. If that's too much across your chest and shoulders, you can reach the arms straight back or just lower them down onto your lower back. Lots of options here. You do what works best for you and what your mobility is and where you feel those twinges and soreness. Honor them, respect them, and then react accordingly. Basically, the belly can just rest on those thighs a little bit if you need to. And then we'll exhale and just lower those arms down, relaxing the arms and shoulders. I'm just allowing my arms to hang here. It's really getting heavy with my upper torso and relaxing and releasing the back sides of my legs as much as I can. I'm just going to sway a little bit. Sway from side to side. And then from here, let's find our spinal extension. Hands can be on your shins or below your knees. Maybe you're flexible enough so your fingertips can reach the mat, whatever works. No matter what position you're in, the idea here is really to find that length within your spine, flat back here. We're hugging our abs in, we're reaching the front of our head towards the front of the room, pulling our shoulders away from the ears. Now, with your lower back, with your tailbone, I want you to think about reaching your pelvis back a little bit, slightly lifting the tailbone, and then noticing what happens to your hamstrings in that lower back. Let that deepen the stretch for you. I know I'm feeling it. Yes. And then we'll exhale, lower the chest and shoulders down. And into that forward fold. Grab a hold of opposite elbows here and then rock from side to side. This is our ragdoll pose. And then release the arms down. Let's gently roll back up to a standing posture. Stacking everything, all the vertebrae, one on top of the other. Roll your shoulders back, and your palms forward. Very good. All right, let's find some sun salutations to warm up our body a little bit. Let's inhale, sweep our arms down and up over our head. Reach up, look up towards those hands. This time as we exhale, let's bring our arms out wide. And then dive down. Forward fold. Soften your knees. Draw the crown of your head down. And then we'll inhale. We'll find spinal extension. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, lower the crown of the head down. This time as you inhale, I want you to sweep your arms up, and then as you exhale, have a seat in the chair pose. So sink the hips down, sink your glutes down, and just hover in chair. Now, ultimately, I'd like your biceps by your ears, if you can. If that's not possible, or if you've got a lot of stress across the back and shoulders and sort of there, you can always bring your hands to your heart center. I want you to tuck your tailbone in. Keep tugging in that core. Make sure that you can see your toes beyond your knees. Wiggle those toes. Draw your thighs together. This is a very strong and active pose. Lots of things happening in the lower body. The thighs, that posterior chain, right? You feel it along the back sides of my legs. I can feel it in my glutes. Beautiful. Let's exhale into that forward fold. Soften through the knees. Plant the hands and step back to a plank pose. Now, make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You can be on your toes. You can be on your knees here, okay? Whatever works for you. Have a long line from your shoulders all the way down to your hips, no matter if you're on your knees or on your toes. Fire up the core a little bit. All right, we're going to bend our elbows and come down like we're slowly lowering in a push-up, keeping the elbows right by our sides, all the way down to the mat. And tuck our toes in our feet. And then roll out your feet if you got a cramp, because I just did. Press into the tops of the toes and the feet. Slide those hands back to your low ribs. Utilize the strength of your lower back to raise up in just a baby cobra here. We're going to start slow, okay? Because I want you to utilize the strength of your lower back, not just pressing into your palms. So I'm not pressing into my palms at all. I'm just lifting up with my chest and shoulders and pressing into the tops of my feet. Noticing what happens in my lower back here. I'm drawing my chin in a little bit, pressing it back towards the base of my skull. And then I'm exhaling, lowering the chest and shoulders down. Tucking my toes, pressing back up to my plank pose, whatever version works for you. And now we send it back to downward facing dog. Finding that inverted V as we lift the tailbone, drawing the belly back towards the thighs. And once I arrive here, I'm going to find some motion. I'm going to raise and lower my heels, pedaling my feet out, bending one knee into the other. My core is still strong and active. Feel a lengthening of your spine as you raise your tailbone up just a little bit more. Breathe into this. Lots of long exhales, releasing the backs of our legs. Just warming up the ankles, warming up the hamstrings, those glutes, warming up our arms here too. Our arms are very active in this, and making sure that the weight is centered towards that palm and forefinger. Your biceps, they're tracking forward towards your hands. Your triceps are reaching back towards your feet. And the stillness here, bend both knees and reach both heels down towards the mat. We'll get a little bit deeper stretch in the calves here. I'll release that. Let's bring our feet out wide. So bring them to the edges of your mat. And then lower your heels down. You should have just a little bit more space to stretch out through the back sides of the legs. Excellent. Bring your feet back in closer. Find that typical stance for your downward facing dog. And then begin to travel forward to our forward fold. Maybe bending and straightening one leg and the other. You can come up onto your fingertips, or your hands can come completely up off the mat, depending upon your flexibility. Once you arrive in that forward fold, exhale into it. And then from here, take a bend into that left knee. Straighten out that right leg a little bit. Put that left hand on the shin or just below the knee. Reach that right arm out and up. Take a deep stretch and opening, a little twist. Feel that more on that right hamstring. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Bend in the right knee, straighten out that left leg. Get that right hand onto your shin. Reach that left arm out and up, rolling that left shoulder up. And then we'll exhale, bring it down. Beautiful. From here, root down through the feet, reach the arms out to the sides, and rise all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Really nice. I'm going to add on to our flow here. Inhale, sweep the arms out. Reach up, look up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Elevate the heart. Form those cactus elbows. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, have a seat in the chair. Sink the hips and the glutes way back. Go through your checklist of items. Core is strong. Tuck the tailbone. Thighs are close together. Toes are free, so you can wiggle them. Exhale, straighten the legs. Come back to the forward fold. Inhale, form that L shape, that spinal extension as you flatten the back out. Lift the tailbone to lengthen through the back side of the legs just a little bit. Exhale, fold over those legs, bend the knees, plant the hands. Step back to your plank pose. On your toes or on your knees. Either one, we're going to bring our body weight forward so the shoulders are beyond your wrists. We're going to exhale and lower all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Untuck your toes. Slide your hands back to the low ribs. This time, I would like you to press into the base of your palms and come up just a little bit further in a low cobra. But come up to what works for you. Hug your elbows in. Press into the tops of your feet and your toes. Beautiful. Draw your chin in. Exhale, lower down. Press on back up to your version of that plank. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet. Very nice. On an inhale breath, send your right leg up to the sky. Establish your three-legged dog here. Really reach through that right heel. Lengthen through that right leg. And keep hugging your hips in towards each other. You can lower that left heel to stretch through that left calf a little bit. Try to distribute your weight evenly through both your arms and hands the best that you can. And then as you exhale, bring that right foot forward in between your hands. Establish that low lunge. Now, our hands are just framing the foot here. We're rolling our shoulders away from our ears. Now, my belly is on my thigh, but I'm not really resting my torso on my thigh. So I'm a little bit raised up. So it's taking some core strength here. Reach through that back heel. Lengthen through that back leg. Excellent. And then step that left leg forward to meet the right. Exhale into your forward fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, have that seat in the chair. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten the legs. Up to that tall mountain. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, sink in the chair. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, forward fold. Draw the crown of your head down. Inhale, spinal extension. Reach to the crown of your head. Exhale, fold over those legs. From here, step back with that left foot. Find a little lunge. Onward air. And then step back with your right foot. Find your top of your push-up. Reach out to the crown of your head. You can be on your knees here. And then we'll exhale, we'll roll all the way down. Inhale, raise up, find that low cobra. Exhale down. Press them back up. Hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Pound out. And then send that left leg high. Reach to the heel. Establish that three-legged dog. Lower the right heel down. Get that nice stretch in the right calf. And then bring that left leg forward in between your hands. Establish that low lunge again. Hover over that leg. Good job. And then step the right foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Move down to the feet. Inhale, raise it on up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Beautiful. All right, we're ready to add on a little bit. Let's do it. Inhale, super arms down. Exhale. And with that chair pose, squat it down. Sit down a little bit deeper. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let's take a twist here. Anchor that left elbow just above the knee. Twist from the waist as you look back towards that right elbow. Try to keep your hips in alignment with each other. And your knees are an indication of that. Typically, sometimes our left knee will come just a little bit forward. I want you to think about drawing the left hip back as you pull that right shin forward. Now maybe you can come to that next variation and then open up the arms. The right arm can reach up towards the sky. The left-handed arm can lengthen down towards your mat or whatever surface you're on. Again, rolling the right shoulder back. And then we'll come to the center and back to those prayer hands, and we'll take that to the opposite side. Very nice. And then maybe open arms. Just an option. And we'll bring our hands to the center and rotate our torso back. Exhale, forward fold. Draw your crown of the head down. Inhale. And that's one extension. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, forward over those legs. Step it back. Find your plank pose. Excellent. On the toes, on the knees. You can skip this part altogether if you want to and just go straight to downward facing dog. And then you can bring your knees, chest and shin down. Lengthen out. Maybe you want to come up into an upward facing dog this time. Now you can come to a modified upward dog where your knees and your shins are up off the mat. Or you can come to a full down upward dog and the knees and the shins are up off the mat. You feel that in your pelvis. You feel that expansion across your belly, across your hips. Roll over the toes. As you exhale, send the hips high. Draw the belly back towards those thighs. Downward facing dog. Paddle it out. Excellent. On the inhale breath, send that right leg up to the sky. Really reach to the heel. And then open up the hip. Send the right knee up to the sky. Flex the right foot. Now this right foot is coming towards the outside of that left thigh. I'm really trying to stack my hips here. That's how we feel that very deep extension. Very nice. Inhale, come back to that three-legged dog. As you exhale, slip that right foot in between your hands. And then from here, remember that we're just staying in this lunge for a moment, just hovering our torso over that leg, really reaching through that left heel. And then from here, let's raise it on up and find a high crescent lunge, reaching our arms up. Perfect. Finding your balance. Now, if this is difficult, you can always lower the left knee down onto the mat and ground that lunge. That's okay too. You do what works for you. Okay, now this is the challenge. We're going to float up from this crescent lunge into a warrior three. And what that means is we're going to bring our weight onto that right leg as we straighten it. And the left leg is going to come up and be in alignment with our hip. Arms are going to reach forward, or the hands can be in prayer. You need a little extra help with your balance, okay? Find something sturdy out in front of you to concentrate on that's not moving, okay? Let's do it. Bring your weight onto the right leg, send that left leg up. Reach forward, reach to the arms, reach to that back heel. That back heel is in alignment with your hips. Hug your hips in. Keep the core strong, soften it to the right knee. Palms are facing in. Beautiful. Keep your breath going, don't hold it. 3, 2, 1. Lower that left leg down. Plant your heel down and reestablish a warrior one, or establish a warrior one, right? This is our first one. So the right knee is over our ankle here, and my hips are facing directly forward. So they are aligned right across from one another. You need to bring that left hip forward. Do it with your hands. And then once you feel good about that posture, extend your arms straight up towards the sky, palms facing in, biceps by the ears. Just begin to notice what's happening with that back leg. Is it active? If it's not, lift up through the arch of the foot. Hips are facing forward, knees are facing forward. Really nice. And then from here, straighten out through that right leg. Hug your hips in, draw that right hip back, the left hip forward. Coming into pyramid pose. I want you to feel like you're lifting your knees up off of the hips. And then we'll hinge forward, lengthening, taking your time as you lengthen through your torso, and then bringing the hands down. Now, maybe the fingertips are on the mat, maybe your hands just reach somewhere on that leg, okay? If you have blocks here, that would be great. Or if you have books or a box with weights in it, that would be great too. So those are all great options. Once again, align the hips. Think about the belly just hovering down over that thigh, reaching the heart towards your ankle and shin, and then the head reaches down, surrendering over that leg. Very nice. And then take a soft bend into that right knee. Lift the left heel up, plant your hands down, and then step the right foot back. Establish that high plank. Knees or toes. Bring your body weight forward. Knees on your toes. We're going to come down maybe halfway this time. And then inhale up to that upward facing dog. Knees and shins are on the mat or off the mat if you want that full extension. And then exhale, roll over those toes. Invert your body. Invert that V shape in that downward facing dog. Pull it out. Draw the belly in. Inhale, send that left leg high. Three-legged dog. Hug your hips in. And then open up that left hip. Bend the knee. Stack the hips one on top of the other. Flex the left foot. Do your best to keep your weight evenly distributed between both arms and hands. Core is strong and active. Inhale, straighten that left leg, reach through the heel. And then we exhale and send that left foot forward. We're going to hover here in this low lunge, not allowing your torso just to rest on that left leg. You're going to raise it on up on your high crescent lunge. Beautiful. Establish that balance. Lengthen through that right leg, really reach to the heel. Let the pelvis in, lengthen through your torso, and then float up into the warrior three. Raise on that left leg, reach the arms forward, find your hug your hips in. Soften to the left knee, the weight should be in the heel there. The toe should be up underneath. Excellent. Keep that core strong. Try to bring that right foot in alignment, the same elevation as your hip. And then float the right toes back down. Reestablish that high crescent lunge. Exhale. Allow that right heel to plant down and establish your warrior one. If you need to walk that left foot out an inch or two, you can heel toe it out. So you might prefer to have just a little bit greater stance in between the left leg and the right. That will help you with balance in this warrior one. So you can walk it out even further than I did. So whatever helps you with your balance. Lean into it. Excellent. Let's straighten through that left leg. Remember that you're lifting up from your waist. Your entire torso is raising up. The hips are reaching down as your legs ground into the mat. And then as we exhale, we hinge and lengthen. And then float our hands down. Framing that foot, finding a softness in that left knee. And then just allowing that torso to just surrender over that leg. Extend your exhales. Excellent job. Bend that left knee as much as you need to for that long length. Feel that extension all along the back side of that left leg. And then rebend into that left knee. Step that right foot up to meet the left. Exhale into that forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, have a seat in that chair once again. Core strong. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale. Hands to our heart center. Excellent work. Okay, one more standing flow. What do you say? Let's go for it. We can do it, right? Yes, we can. Okay, you can always skip what we call those vinyasas, right? Where we go down to that push-up, either low cobra or upward facing dog. It's always an option for you to skip that and go straight to downward facing dog. Or you can also come onto hands and knees. That's another great option, okay? If that's a little bit too intense for you, all right? So it's all about adjusting your yoga to make it work for you and honoring your body, okay? All right, let's do it. Inhale, with the arms out and up overhead. Reach up and lengthen. Exhale, reach forward, lengthen through the torso, all the way down into that forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Flatten that back out. When your fingertips are on the mat, raise the tailbone. Exhale, fold over those legs. Plant the hands, step both feet back. Plank pose. Step the fingers out wide. Press the body weight forward, shoulders beyond the wrists. Exhale all the way down or halfway down. Inhale up, upward facing dog. It's low cobra. Fingertips can be on the mat for that modified upward dog if you want to. So many options. Exhale, roll over those toes. Send your hips high. Downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Shake your head yes and no. And tonight, how do you do that? So make sure you're not bringing tension to the head, the neck, and the upper shoulders. Inhale, send that right leg up to the sky. Establish that three-legged dog again. As you exhale, bring that right foot forward in between your hands. And then from here, plant to that left heel down. And then we'll windmill our arms up, opening up our shoulders and our hips, and finding warrior two. Sink down into this. Make sure you've got a wide stance here. Those toes are angling forward. The heel of the front foot, there's a big line from that heel all the way to the arch of the back foot. Tuck your tailbone in. Think of hugging in the ribs, hugging in that core, zipping it up from your pelvis all the way up to your ribs, and then wrapping it all the way around. Like you've got a corset. Nice. Really, really strong arms. Find that strong, sturdy, and fierce gaze over that front right arm. Beautiful. Then reverse the warrior. Right palm flips up. Right arm reaches up. Left arm slides down. You breathe into the lower portion of the right ribs as you expand with your breath. From here, I'd like you to exhale into extended side angle. Lots of options with your hand. First progression is that forearm onto the thigh, the palms facing up. The left arm is floating over that left ear. Now, the hand could also be down on a block or that book on that grounding there. That's also an option. Or on the earth. Mine is on the earth. Doesn't matter. You do what works for you. That long length on the left side of the body. Press into that knife edge of the left foot and notice how that lengthens here just a little bit more. Beautiful. Let's inhale back up. Warrior two. And then let's straighten that front leg. Working our way into our triangle pose from here. If you like to have a little bit shorter stance, walk that left foot in just a little bit, okay? Legs are very strong and active here. Lift up through the arches of your feet to do that, okay? Inhale, reach the right arm forward like you're reaching through that right hip crease. The left hip reaches back slightly, and then you lower your torso down, stacking your shoulders. That right hand comes down onto the shin or just below the knee. Maybe some of you can reach your hand down onto a block or the earth, okay? Lots of different options depending upon your level. But we're just forming this triangle with our body here. Lots of triangles that you notice if you happen to see yourself in your video or in your mirror. And the idea here is to really feel that your body is expanding within this pose. You're opening up the torso, like you're bringing your lower portion of your ribs forward, the top portion of your ribs back. Excellent. Now, let's get a little bit of core strength from here. Release that right hand from that leg and just reach it forward like you're holding onto a ball. Beautiful. And then we'll inhale back up. Beautiful. And then we'll exhale. Let's windmill our arms down and then reach that left heel up, planting that left hand on the inside of that right foot, and then sending that right arm up to the sky. We'll get a little twist here. Low lunge twist, really lengthening through that left leg. And then we'll exhale and send that right hand down next to the left. And then from here, step the right foot back to meet the left. We meet in that plank toes, on the knees. Take your vinyasa or skip it all together. It's your choice. Low cobra, upward facing dog. Come on back up. Toes and knees to that plank. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Excellent work. Same sequence, opposite side. Inhale, send that left leg skyward. Reach through the heel. Exhale, step that left foot in between your hands. Plant the right heel down and roll your arms up. Reestablish warrior two. Feel your thighs opening, your shoulders opening. Keep your palms facing up and lower the shoulders. And then extend those arms, palms facing down. Force it into the ribs and the belly. Keep that core strong and active. Reverse that warrior. Right palm reaches up, right hand slides down. And expand the breath into the lower portion of the left side of your belly. Exhale into your version of that extended side angle. And down to the earth, or maybe a block, or maybe the forearm onto the thigh. If your hand is down onto the block or the earth, it's grounded in. Reach the right arm up and over. Really lengthen, open up into that right hip. And then we'll inhale, raise it up. Exhale, settle into warrior two again. And then straighten through that front leg. If you want a shorter stance, heel toe that back foot in. Then find your triangle. Reach forward with the arm, bump that right hip back. Lower that left hand down. And lift up through the arches of your feet. Keep those legs activated, all those muscles engaged there. Drawing your top ribs up and back. Bringing your bottom ribs forward to really stack the shoulders. Try to get your shoulders and your hips on the same plane. We'll find that core strength here. Allow the left arm to raise up and forward. The right arm comes parallel with it. So we hold on to that beach ball. We'll inhale back up into that warrior two. We establish that lunge. And then we'll exhale. We'll take that twist, lowering that right hand down, lifting the right heel up, twisting through the waist as we lengthen that left arm straight up. And our eye gaze can follow here. Every time we twist, stimulating our digestion, detoxing the body. We so need that. Exhale, lower that left hand down. And then step that right foot out to meet the left, finding yourself in that forward fold. And now sweep the arms up. Exhale, sink back into that chair one last time. Inhale, release it. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Beautiful job here. Okay, from here, let's just take tree pose. Let's find balance with our tree today. So what I'd like you to do is establish your balance on your right leg, okay? So feel like you're engaging from your hip to your heel. I'm going to mirror you, okay? So I'm bringing my hands to my heart center. I'm bringing my left leg up, your left leg. So I'm coming into pillar pose first. So I've got this alignment, my knees at the same elevation of my hip. And then I'm rotating it out to the side. And then I'm placing my foot either on the inside of my calf, or maybe it comes up on the inside of my thigh. The heel comes up into your groin, okay? So that's a possibility. I'm a little bit unbalanced today, okay? So whatever works for you. Also, you could kickstand your heel up on the inside of that calf and then be on your toes and the balls of the foot. That's a perfectly great option, okay? I want you to do that if that works best for you, okay? So take the version that works best for you today. You feel like you're opening up the hip, expanding out through that thigh. Hands can remain right here, or you can reach your arms out to the sides. You could float your arms up. You can't see my arms now, but I've got my fingers spread out wide. I'm hugging my hips in. My core is really, really strong. Softening in my left knee, bringing the weight into my heel as much as I can. Beautiful. And my arms are waving just a little bit because I'm a little bit unsteady. So you find what works best for you. Excellent. Lower the left foot down. Bring your hands to your heart center. Walk it out a little bit. Very nice job. Bring it back a little bit so you can see moving my hands this time. So, engage from your hip to your heel on your left leg. Bring that right knee up. Establish, this is what we call our pillar pose. Establish your balance from here, and then rotate it out to the side. Place your foot on your calf, or bring it up on the inside of that thigh, and then bring that heel up into the groin. Find your balance. More challenging now that I'm stepping back onto my mat, which is on carpeting. Definitely a challenge, and it's great though. It's really good. It really helps you to align your body and really think about everything happening. What's happening here? Reach your arms out to the sides. And then float them up. Notice my fingers are spread wide. We come out of the camera view. That's okay. Keep your core strong and active. Hug your hips in towards each other. Find a spot out in front of you that's not moving that you can focus on. Excellent. Bring your hands back to your heart. Release your knee thigh back to the center and then roll it down. And then pedal it out a little bit. And roll out the hips. Beautiful. Just rolling on the ball of your foot. Working into that hip joint a little bit. Nice work. Beautiful. Okay, so let's move down to the mat via our squat pose. I'd like you to bring your feet out as wide as your mat. The toes are angled out, the heels are in a little bit. Hands are at your heart center. As you sink down, I want you to think about really keeping just a very erect spine here as much as you can. So sink down, the knees are tracking over the toes. There you go. Now maybe this is as far down as your hips come, and that's okay. The forearms can rest on the thighs. You could also, if you had a block or a box or a book, you could also sit on that. But I want you to come down further if it's good for you, okay? Bring your hips down towards your heels if you can. And then bring your upper arms on the inside of those thighs and then press in. And then press the thighs against those upper arms. The hands are at your heart center. There you go. Just notice what's happening here. What's your experience in Malasana? There is a lot going on here, but I'm not even going to mention. A lot of times I do, but I want you to just notice what's happening with your body. What's engaging? What's releasing? Where are you feeling this? Excellent. Have a seat here. And then keep your knees bent. Your feet are flat on the earth. Let's do a little bit of core work here with our boat pose, okay? Reach your arms forward and then begin to lean back into this. Roll your shoulders back. Beautiful. Okay. So just come back to where you feel your abs activate here. Those low abs. And then begin to lift your feet up off the mat. Maybe this is what it looks like. Maybe you can bring your shins parallel with the mat. Maybe you could straighten the legs. You can reach your arms out to the sides. You can reach your arms up over your head. Ultimately, what you're looking for is a little shape. And I've got it right here. That's how you know you found that little sweet spot in this boat pose. Beautiful. Breathe through it. Don't hold your breath. Hold it for 3, for 2, for 1. Lower your feet down. Keep your knees bent. I'd like you to wrap your arms around your shins. Take a little Apanasana here. Bring your nose down in between your knees. Round the back out. And send your breath all the way to the lower back. You might have caused just a little bit of tension in that lower back. That's okay, but we're just taking a little counter pose here. And then we'll raise it back up. Let's take another version of our boat pose. Okay, so what I want you to do is lean it back. Release the hands. Now, extend your legs out. Draw one knee into your chest and then lengthen it out. The other knee comes in and then lengthen. You bring that right knee in and lengthen and then the left knee. And lengthen one more time each side. Right knee comes in and lengthen. If you need to lower your heels down, that's okay. Left knee in and then lengthen. Bring them down. Excellent work. Come to that Apanasana again. Beautiful job. And then come on back up. Okay, from here, hands behind the knees and thighs. We're going to roll down onto our backs, getting a little bit of core work as we make our way down. So lower down, allow the lower back to come down, and then the rest. Anchors down. Let's find our bridge pose from here. So bring the heels back in towards your buttocks there, knees are bent. I'm grounding my arms and my hands into the mat. And I'm going to lift my hips up with an inhale, raising them up towards the sky. So my pelvis is in alignment all the way out to my knees. I'm drawing my thighs in towards each other. Pressing my hands into the mat so the weight is centered towards my thighs and towards the insides of my feet. Now maybe some of you can come up into the balls of your feet, reaching the heels up. That'll activate your thighs just a little bit more, the hamstrings, the glutes, a little active. Now, some of you might be able to come into a wheel pose. I have a shoulder issue going on that I'm not able to do that, but if you can, I really highly just say go for it. Go for it if you can. Now, some of you might have the range of motion in your shoulders to tuck your shoulders under, which bring your arms closer together, and then you can interlace the fingers, drawing your palms and your knuckles. So your palms are coming in towards each other, and reach your knuckles towards your heels. Lifting up through your heels. Beautiful. Draw your thighs together. Pretend like you've got a block in between those thighs that you're squeezing it in. Beautiful. Nice work. Keep breathing here. Don't hold your breath. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, release the hands, and then slowly with the top of your spine, begin to lower the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, and then the hips come down. Give yourself a big bear hug here. Wrap the arms around your shins. Rock a little bit from side to side, and just massage that lower back. And then curl up with your chest and shoulders, bringing your nose in between the knees. You're in a little ball here. Give yourself a big hug. You did such great work today. And then release the head and neck down. And then float your feet down. Let's find our supine pigeon pose. Cross the right ankle just above that knee. Allow that right knee and thigh to open up to the side. And then from here, hug your legs back in towards your body. And then straighten that left leg out. Reach that right hand in between that figure four. The left hand comes along the outside. You're going to interlace your fingers behind that left knee and thigh and then hug it in. And then from here, my right elbow is pressing my right hip and thigh open. So the elbow is on my thigh, and I'm just pressing it open there. And flexing that left leg to open up into that left hamstring. And just breathing here. Relax your head, your neck, and your shoulders. And then we'll release it down. We'll uncross the legs. We'll take this on the opposite side. Crossing the left ankle just above the knee. Opening up the thigh a little bit. And then hugging everything in. I'm going to straighten my right leg. You don't have to straighten your leg, though. If you could prefer to just keep hugging everything in, that's okay, too. Totally up to you. Wrapping those interlaced fingers behind the thigh. Straighten through that right leg, utilizing your left elbow. You could also use your left hand if you want a little bit extra movement there, taking this a little bit deeper to press that thigh away. Always an option. Stabilizing through that right leg, just to allow the outer hip and thigh to open on that left side. Nice. Send that right knee. Keep the legs bent and then cross the left knee over the right. And then bring your knees back in towards your chest and then take a hold of your feet, either the inside or the outside if you can. If that's not accessible to you, maybe you take a hold of your shins or your calves, or just drawing the lower legs back in towards your chest there and towards your shoulders, all right? And back down towards the mat. Should also, this is a great hip stretch as well. Another stretch for the hips. And then release your arms out to the sides to a T, and then float your legs to the right as we take a twist here. And then keep the left shoulder on the mat. Feel that left leg become heavy down towards the right side of your body. I'll lengthen that twist. So keep your breath all the way down to the low back. Just really enjoying that nice rotation in the low back. And then we'll inhale. Float our legs back to that original position. Uncross the legs, and then the right knee thigh is over the left. Taking a hold of the feet, the ankles, the calves, the shins, whatever works. Drawing everything back in towards your torso and down towards whatever surface you're on. You got it. Extend your exhales. Think about what you're trying to open here. Relax everything else. Don't bring tension into your head, your neck, and your shoulders. You're lengthening your tailbone down towards your mat and towards the front of your neck, or whatever the front of your room is to you. And then release your hands from your feet. Tee those arms, and then float your legs over to the left here. Keep that over that right arm. And your breath all the way up and down your spine. Stimulate that digestion one last time. And bring your hands back to the center. Let's uncross them, and then we'll set up for Shavasana. Bring our arms along your sides with the palms face up. Send that right leg to the right front corner of your mat. The left leg to the left front corner of your mat. Just allow your legs to open up, fall open to the sides. Relaxing the toes, relax the feet, relax the calves and the shins, the knees, the thighs, the hamstrings, the pelvis, your abdomen, the lower back, the middle back, the ribs, the chest, the upper back, the shoulders. Relax all the muscles of your face. Open and close your jaw just a couple of times. Allow your tongue to rest in the bottom of your mouth. Maybe that space in between your forehead lengthening there. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your hands, and your fingers. Feel everything just melt down into the mouth. Picture a clear blue sky, not a cloud to be found. Just stay there. Allow your breath to deepen. Becoming more aware of your body, placing on the mat. Become aware of everything surrounding you in the space where you're practicing. Find gentle movements, fingers, toes, wrists and ankles, maybe open, closing the hands as you make this and release them. The full body stretcher, reaching your arms up over your head, lengthening through the fingertips and the toes. Take a deep inhale and an open mouth exhale. Give yourself one last big bear hug as you draw your knees into the chest, wrapping your arms around your shins. Big squeeze. Roll over to your favorite side, form a pillow with your hands. Come into that fetal position as you stack the knees and stack the thighs. And utilize the strength of your arms to gently raise up. So I'm pressing my palms into the mat. I'm allowing my head to be the last to rise. And I'm coming to the center. Finding my seated position, bringing my hands up my heart center. Thank you so much for being here today. Give yourself praise for carving out some time to experience all the benefits of yoga. I hope it benefits you abundantly as well as all those you come in contact with today. My wish for you is to have hope. Hope for your future, hope for our communities, hope for our state, for our nation, and for our world. Bring that hope with you throughout your day. The beauty, truth, enlightening honors the beauty, truth, and deep, bright, radiant light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Leave me some comments and feedback. If you have questions, I welcome it. If you ever would like to do a one-on-one session with me, please feel free to contact me via Facebook, direct a message, or just send me a message in some way, shape, or form. I look forward to hearing from you. If you're interested in fitness, I do that as well. Lots of things. So I wish you a beautiful day. Be well, my friends, until we meet again next week.